Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Scott Grierson from nymathtutor.com, and I will be your instructor today. What will I be instructing you in? Well, at nymathtutor.com, each week we like to put out a video providing some helpful parenting tips on how to create a better student. I know it can be super stressful when you get those report cards and you see 1s and 2s or C's and D's, and you really want your child to be getting 4s and A's. Well, hopefully these videos will help take some of the pressure off you by providing some parenting tips that will improve your child's test scores and their happiness in schools. All right, today's lesson is meant for anyone struggling with their multiplication facts. Now, typically that's going to be third graders. Especially, I want to talk to the parents who have kids who just finished second grade and are going into third grade. Because if your child knows how to do their multiplication facts, third grade math is going to be so much easier. What I'm going to teach you today are 4 different methods that I like to use to teach students how to learn their multiplication facts. Let's go through them one by one. First, we have flashcards. Yes, some people hate flashcards. Students sometimes hate them. Teachers sometimes say they don't work. However, each child learns differently. When I was growing up, I learned very well with flashcards. My sister still used flashcards in law school to learn different definitions. So everyone's different. Keep an open mind, try everything out, and just do what works, right? There's no right or wrong method. The right method is the one that works. All right, so when I mention flashcards, don't go out and buy expensive flashcards. Go to the store and buy index cards. They're like 99 cents, or you can even find them 3 for $1 sometimes. All right, have the student write out the problem. You're going to start with the number 1. You may say, well, my student already knows the number 1s. Great, they're ahead of the game, and they're going to be super confident every time they see one of those questions. But you're going to do 1 times 1, 1 times 2, all the way up to 10. All right, so this card I made out is 1 times 7, and then on the back, you just have them write out the answer, 7. Okay, you do that for the first week, and you practice with them, and you have them practice on their own. The next week, you introduce the 2s. Now, you still have to do 2 times 1, even though you already did it the week before. The reason is, you'd be absolutely amazed. Kids can tell you 2 times 7 is 14 like that. However, if you ask them, what's 7 times 2? They'll sit there and they'll think about it and say, that's a tough one, I don't know. And they'll count 2, 4. 14. It's the same question, right? But it's asked in a different way. Everything matters with this. You have to do each number for each level. That's how you do it with the flashcards. Now, as you practice and they get better, they're not going to need the 1s anymore, and they're not going to need the 2s. So if they're consistently getting those questions right, go ahead and take them out of the mix, right? So as you practice, your pile should get smaller and smaller as the week goes on, and so you add the new numbers in the following week. So if you're going all the way up to 10, it'll take 10 weeks. If you're going up to 12, it'll take 12 weeks. These 12 weeks will be totally worth it when they know their math facts. They will like math a lot better, and your lives will feel a lot less stressful. Okay, the second strategy you can use to help kids learn their math facts is practice tests. Now, some kids love these tests because what I like to do is I time them. I'm going to leave a link in the show notes below. All you have to do is click on that link. There's this great website where you can print off all kinds of different multiplication, division, adding, and subtracting tests, and it's all free. It's really, really nice. But what you want to do is time the kids, because you don't want them thinking about each multiplication fact. You don't want them to skip counting. You want them memorizing these things so they know it instantly. So if there's 50 questions, give them an unreasonable time, like 2 minutes. There's no way they're going to finish that test. But they're going to get faster and faster as the time goes on. Now, you can do these tests all on their own. If the kids really like it, they won't mind doing it. Or you can do them with the flashcards. Right? Just do whatever they will do and whatever is helping them to improve. All right? Some of my students really perform well on the test. They find it like a challenge. They get excited about it. They're like, oh, I don't want to do flashcards. I want to do the test. Some people don't want to do the test. It makes them nervous, and they want to do the flashcards, and they want to practice. Like I said, every student is different. Find out what works for your child. Okay, the third method is repeated writing. Now, I've never met a student who likes to do this. Essentially, you're sitting there writing down, 3 times 4 equals 12. Over and over and over again, 10, 15, 20 times. Nobody likes it. It's not fun. But for some students, it's the only thing that's effective. All right? So it's like sending Bart Simpson up to the board to write something 100 times. Right? It's a punishment. Yeah, it can feel that way. And really, that's what it is. But if they're struggling with everything else, and especially if there's like 3 or 4 problems they just can't get, go ahead and try repetitive writing. Okay, the fourth option is by far the most fun, right? But it also takes the longest. It's called the hands-on method. All right, the hands-on method is anything outside the norm. For example, you can do a song. So I found that a lot of my students couldn't memorize 6 times 8. So I made up this silly little rhyme that went 6 times 8 is 48. And I said it in increasingly goofy voices so that every time I asked them, in the following weeks, what 6 times 8 was, they'd be like, 6 times 8 is 48. It's totally stupid, but they totally remember the answer as well. So if you can think of some kind of rhyming song, anything like that is perfect for the real challenging questions. All right, another method that I love, especially for little ones, you can even teach this to, second graders, first graders, is the friendship bracelet method. Right? It's fun to make a friendship bracelet, and they learn math at the same time. And I'm going to give you a little demonstration on how we do that right now. In this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to calculate 3 times 4 equals 12 by making a friendship bracelet. Okay, so what do we need to do? Well, first of all, you take the smallest number, which is 3, and you add 1 to make it 4. Okay, that's how many pieces of string you need. So I happen to have a white string, a pink string, an orange string, and a green string. They don't all have to be different, but it's nicer if they are. So you want to take all the ends and put them together. And now just tie a knot. Easy peasy. Okay, put that knot under your clipboard, or you can go ahead and use a piece of tape and just tape it down, whatever you feel like. Now, these will naturally fall in some kind of order. So it looks like we have orange, and then pink, and green, and white. Doesn't matter what order at all. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to make 4 rows of 3. All right, how do we do that? Well, we start on our left with our orange, and we put it on top of the one next to it, which is pink. And it forms a little 4. Can you see the 4? It's like this, and then cross down. Excellent. So keep this pink one, all right? And you're gonna go through this loop and pull the orange one through. You got the pink one in your right hand, nice and tight, and you pull this orange up, makes a little knot. And then just repeat it, okay? And it forms a little bump. Let me show you. Nice little knot. All right, so there's our first one. Now we're going with what next? Green. So we make our 4. You see the 4? Go through the loop and pull the orange one out, and now up. And you always have to do that twice to make our little bump. So there's our second bump. So now we have 2 little knots. That's good. We stick with our orange. Now we go over the white piece. Make our 4. You see the 4? Go through the loop, come up, grab it, and pull it forward. And do it again. So now we have our first row of 3. Let me pull it up close so you can see. See 1, 2, 3 little knots. All right. If we're skip counting, we've done 3 so far. Okay. So now we repeat the whole process with the pink. So we go over, pull it through, and up. Over, pull it through, and up. Like that. You make your 4. Pull the yarn through and up. Make your 4, go through the loop, pull the pink through and up. Now you switch, grab our orange, pink over, go through, pull it up. Pink over, make the 4, go through, pull it up. Now we have our second row. So for skip counting, we now have 6, or 2 times 3 equals 6. Now, mom and dad, as you're going, if you're doing this with your child, make sure you're pointing it out. 3 times 1 was 3. 2 times 3 is 6. Next time it's going to be 3 times 3 is 9. For this third row, we're going to use the one all the way to the left, the green. Again, we make the 4 going over. Go through the hole, pull it up. Over, through the hole, pull it up. There you go. Next one is orange. So now you take the orange in your right hand, green in your left. Make the 4. Okay. Pull that little tail through this hole, and then you go up with your left hand. Right hand stays back. I hope you're getting it. And we're going to do the last one. We'll do this one quick. There we go. So now we have 3 rows of 3, which is 9. Now we have to do our last row, our 4th row, times 3 will give us 12. Again, 4 rows of 3 is going to equal what, everybody? Yes, even my daughter agrees. My little 4-month-old Emma over there. It is 12. Did you hear her screaming? She says 12! Exactly. Oh yeah, she doesn't like being talked about. Alright. So that was our super fast 4th row. Take a look at this. 1, 2, 3 rows, 4 rows. We have 4 rows of 3, making 12. If you go in and count the individual knots, you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Or 3, 6, 9, 12. Now, mom and dad, if you go through that with your child, just as I taught you, it's going to be fun. Plus, they're never going to forget that 4 times 3 equals 12. I hope you enjoyed that demonstration. Welcome back. We have a super cool free offer at nymathtutor.com. If you sign up there at nymathtutor.com for a free account, again free, we will send you our 3 most popular friendship multiplication sets. As long as you do this by the end of 2017. Alright, you're going to get 4 times 7, 8 times 6, and 8 times 4. Just sign up for an account at nymathtutor.com. When you get your confirmation email, reply back and tell us your address so we can send you the free multiplication set. Alright, that way you don't have to go out and buy a bunch of yarn, any of that stuff. We have it already. We'll send it to you for free. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed this lesson on multiplication and the multiplication facts. If you have any questions, please send them to us at nymathtutor9@gmail.com. You can also leave a comment below this video. Please subscribe to this channel, and we will see you next week for some more parenting tips for great students. See you then. Bye.